Hello there. Are you interested and elevate your data transformation to the next level in PySpark? In this video, we will explore two important concepts, select and expr functions, as well as the versatile selectExpr function. So stay tuned because this video will show you exactly how to do it step by step. In today's video, we will dive into some of PySpark's most powerful features, select, expr, and select expr function. Whether you are extracting specific columns, performing complex transformations, or writing SQL-like queries directly in your code, these tools are your best friend. So stick around because by the end of this video, you will have the confidence to handle even more demanding data task with ease. Let's quickly import PySpark and initiate a Spark session. So our Spark sessions are ready to work. So let's quickly create a data frame from our sales data. So we have loaded the data into a data frame. Now just quickly see our data frame structure through our print schema function. And as you can see, it has a long list of columns. Let's dive right into it with select functions. This is one of the most simple yet most powerful tool in PySpark for selecting specific column from our data frame. For example, instead of selecting all of these columns, if we like to select some of the specific column here, to do that, how we will write it? So we will write the data frame, then we'll say select, and then we will put the column names. For the interest of the time, I just copy the name of the column that I am interested. So I will just copy all of them. And then I will use the show method to see these columns. So as you can see, instead of having all this long list of columns, I just interested in these columns and now I can see them properly. It is as easy as passing the column name as we need. If we have a long list of column name, and then we can store them in a Python list as shown here. So what we mean by that, let's define a variable called calls, and here we can create a Python list, and inside the Python list we can put the name of the column. So I just simply paste it here. Now what we will do, we will say df.select, and then within the parentheses we will pass this variable. And maybe we can store this value into a new data frame, and I name it as df1. So df1 equal to df.select and then the name of the columns. And as expected, we have the name of the column here. So this is how you can use select functions in different way. But what if we need to perform the transformations or create a new column on the fly? So that is where we can use the expr functions. So the expr function allow us to write SQL-like expression directly in our PySpark code. But first we need to import expr function here. Let's say something simple. For example, if we like to combine two columns, for example, we have a column called SQ and then another column color, and we want to adding them with a hyphen between them to create a new column. So how we will do that? So we will say df dot select and then put the name of the different column, and then we will write the expr function. And as you can see here, we have the SQ name and then we have a hyphen and then name of the column. So this is how we have created a new column on the fly. But I am not happy with this name. So maybe we can use something else to rename it. So we know we can use alias functions to rename this column. So I just copy this code, put it here, and then if I say dot alias and give the column name. And as you can see, now the column names has been changed. We can make it more simple by directly renaming the new column name inline using as function like SQL. This approach keep our transformation compact and readable. So what do we mean by that? If I copy this code and put it here, so after the color, I just say as new underscore SKU. And as you can see, we have a new column name without using the alias, just simply and using an as function like SQL type. So this is how we can use expr function. We can also write some complex statement with expr function. For example, we can define a SQL-like statement within a expr. If we like to define a case statement that characterized cells as big cells or small cells, depending on order quantity is greater than or equal to 4. So with expr function, it is very easy to write such logic with SQL-like statement. So what do I mean by that? So and then if I say expr, and then we can write the case statement. I say case when greater than equal to 4, then it is big cells. Else it is small cell. And then we need to end this catch statement. And here, as you can see, for 4, it is big cell. For 4, these are big cell. For others, this is small cell. For example, for the 6, it is also a big cell. So this is how we can write complex statement within expr statement. Now let's take it one step further with selectExpr function. This selectExpr function combines the power of select and expr function. It's perfect for this moment when we want to write SQL-style transformation directly in PySpark code. For example, here we use it classify cells like just before, but in a much simpler and cleaner way. So instead of, you remember here we have written like df.select and the individual column name and then expr. What we will do here, we will say df.select. So not like before select and expr. We just write select expr and everything inside that, and then show method. Yep, it's achieved the same result, but now it is written more cleaner way. We can do much more complex transformations from here. As you can see here, the unit price, which is taken as a string. The reason being there is a dollar sign is in front of that. So we cannot directly convert the data type. First, we need to remove the dollar sign, and then we need to replace this comma. Only then we can convert to a numeric. And we can do it with selectExpr quite easily. So I just want to show you how we can do that. We will use the substring starting from second position, and it will end until end, which we'll get from our len function. Remove the dollar sign from in front of all of them. Now we need to replace this comma with a blank space. So what we will do, we will use a replace function. So we have replaced comma with blank, and now we will say cast whatever it is there into a float, and maybe we can rename it as price or new price. Now we have a column which is a numerical type, and if we want all other columns in front of it, what we will do is just put an asterisk in the front. So this is how we can do the complex transformations with SQL-like statement quite easily. If you want to do it in PySpark with native PySpark functions, it may be much more complicated than this. This is incredibly used for cleaning and transformation of data. Let's compare select and selectExpr. While both select and selectExpr are used to select and transform columns, selectExpr provides greater flexibility when complex expressions or SQL functions are required. Select is more straightforward for selecting columns or applying simple transformation using the available function in the data frame API. When to use select? Select is best used when we need to select column by name without transformation. We want to apply simple transformations with column expression using Spark function when transformations do not require SQL function. And when to use selectExpr. SelectExpr is ideal when we need to apply SQL-like expression directly. Complex transformation or aggregation is involved in selecting columns. So pretty amazing, right? With SQL-like statement, with just a few lines of code, we can do many interesting transformation in PySpark. If you are a beginner, and mastering these functions can save a lot of your work. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more PySpark tutorial. Until next time, happy coding. Thank you.